Karma is a concept that in its essence resonates with many. Many people think karma is like a scorecard in the universe, noting our good and bad actions to reward or punish us. But really, karma is about understanding that our actions have reactions. We often hear it said, "What goes around comes back around." This idea is similar to Newton's scientific tenet that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Yet this isn't merely a physical law. It's a profound spiritual truth, encompassing every aspect of our existence. So here are the 12 laws of karma and how you can apply them to your benefit. These laws are an answer to many troubles and hardships in your life. The Great Law. Let's say you help a friend move houses. That friend might not help you move the next day, but maybe a month or a year later, you'll find that you get some kind of help when you least expect it. It might not even be from the same friend. It could be from a complete stranger. It's like planting a seed of goodness and watching it grow over time. But it's not just about doing physical things for people. It's also about how you treat them. If you're kind and respectful, people will often act the same way towards you. It's like sending out good vibes into the world and getting good vibes back. Now you might be thinking, what if I'm nice and people are still mean to me? Remember, seeds take time to grow. Your good actions are like seeds you're planting. It might take a while, but eventually, they'll grow into something good for you. The important thing is to keep being good to people, no matter what's happening around you. Even if you're having a bad day, try to be the best you can be, because those actions, like seeds, will grow into something better later on. Life will always have its ups and downs, but if you keep putting out good into the world, you're more likely to get good back. It could be in the form of love, friendship, or even a new opportunity you never saw coming. The universe has a way of making things come full circle. So what can you do today to plant some good seeds? Maybe it's as simple as holding the door for someone, or as big as helping a friend in need. Every small action counts. And remember, it's not just for them. It's for you too. One day, those good seeds you've planted will grow and come back to you in an amazing way. Let this idea guide you in your daily life. Make it your mission to sow seeds of kindness, love, and respect wherever you go. The law of creation. Picture yourself as a magnet. You know how magnets attract metal? Well, you attract the kind of life you have based on who you are, not just what you wish for. If you're a happy person, you're more likely to attract happy situations and people. If you're always angry or sad, then you'll likely find yourself in situations that make you feel even more that way. Lots of people like to blame others when things go wrong. Oh, it's my boss's fault I'm not happy at work, or I'm single because there are no good people left. But here's a wake-up call. You're the director of your own life's movie. If something's not right, only you have the power to change it. Don't just sit back and let life happen to you. Jump in the driver's seat. When a great idea pops into your head, go for it. When an opportunity comes knocking, open the door. You have the power to shape your own future, so make the most of it. But what about the people around you? Well, they say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look around. Are these people the kind you want to be? Do they inspire you, or do they bring you down? You might not be able to change them, but you can choose who you spend time with. Maybe it's time to find new friends or mentors who line up with where you want to go in life. Surround yourself with things and people that make you better. Read books that challenge you, listen to music that lifts you up, watch movies that inspire you. Fill your life with positivity, and positivity will come back to you. Remember, you can't control everything, but you can control yourself. So stop waiting for things to change and start changing things yourself. Work on being the best version of you, and watch how the world around you starts to change. If you're unhappy, ask yourself, what can I do to change this? Don't point fingers. Point them back at yourself and say, I have the power to turn this around. Be the artist of your own life. Paint a picture that you'd be proud to call your masterpiece. You have the colors, the brushes, and the canvas. All that's missing is you taking that first stroke. Your life is a beautiful creation waiting to happen. So go ahead, make the first move, shape it, mold it, and watch it grow into something wonderful. The law of humility. Imagine you're walking around with a pebble in your shoe. You know it's there, it's uncomfortable, but you just keep walking, pretending it doesn't bother you. What happens? It keeps hurting you, right? Now what if you stop, take off your shoe, and get rid of the pebble? You've solved the problem and you can walk freely again. Life is a lot like that. We all have pebbles, problems, or challenges that make our journey uncomfortable. But many of us just keep walking, pretending these issues don't exist. What we don't realize is that ignoring a problem doesn't make it go away. In fact, it just sticks around, causing more and more discomfort. So, what's the first step to solving any problem? Admitting that it exists. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. Say you're always late to work. If you blame traffic, the weather, or your alarm clock, you're missing the point. The real problem might be that you're not giving yourself enough time to get ready. Until you accept this, nothing will change. It might sound a little scary to face your problems head on, but guess what? The moment you do, you're already halfway to solving them because the power to change things is in your hands. The same energy you were using to avoid the issue can be redirected to overcome it. Accepting that you have a problem isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It means you're brave enough to face reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. And once you accept things, you start to see them more clearly. You'll find ways to tackle your challenges and turn them into opportunities for growth. So take some time to really look at your life. What's going well? Celebrate that. What needs work? Face it. Don't run from it. The good news is, once you know what needs changing, you can make a plan to change it. Maybe you need to learn new skills or get advice from someone who's been there. Maybe you need to make tough choices, like ending a relationship that's holding you back, or finding a new job that better aligns with your goals. The point is, once you stop resisting and start accepting, you unleash the power to change not just the situation, but also yourself. Life becomes less about, why is this happening to me? And more about, what can I do to make it better? You are stronger than you think and smarter than you know. The challenges you face are just stepping stones on your path to becoming the best version of yourself. So take off that shoe, toss out the pebble, and walk freely toward your dreams. The law of growth. Some people think that changing their surroundings will magically fix everything. If I move to a new city, I'll be happy. Or, if I get a new job, everything will be fine. But here's the thing, wherever you go, you take yourself with you. If you're unhappy now, there's a good chance you'll be unhappy in that new city or job unless you address what's really going on inside you. Your thoughts shape your world. Think of them as the steering wheel of your life. If you always think negatively, guess where you're headed? Yep, toward more negativity. But if you focus on positive thoughts, you'll steer yourself toward positive experiences. It's like training for a marathon. You can't just show up on race day and expect to win without preparation. The real work starts long before, during the days, weeks, and months you spend training. It's the same with your dreams and goals. The preparation starts in your mind. Dream big, but also think about the steps you need to take to get there. The key is to keep improving your thoughts, let go of things that drag you down, and focus on what lifts you up. Make choices that push you closer to your dreams, not further away. And remember, this isn't a one-time thing. Growing is a constant process. Let's say you want to be more confident. How do you grow in that direction? Maybe you start by giving yourself a pep talk every morning over time. You notice that you're standing a bit taller and speaking more clearly. That's growth. And it all started because you planted a seed of positive thought and watered it daily with action. The law of responsibility. Imagine driving into a storm. It wasn't your choice to have a storm on your route, but how you navigate it is entirely up to you. Do you slow down? Do you pull over and wait for the storm to pass? Or do you just keep going? Life throws storms our way too. And while we can't control the weather, we can control how we respond to it. If there's chaos around you, if your life feels out of control, it's time to stop and think, what role am I playing in all of this? Maybe you're dealing with a difficult relationship or a job that's draining your energy. It's easy to point fingers and say it's not my fault, but the law of responsibility reminds us to look inward, even if you didn't create the problem. It's your responsibility to address it. You own your reactions, your emotions, and your next steps. Facing your role in your life's troubles can be tough but liberating. You have the power to change your situation. Start by looking within. Maybe it's time for some self-reflection. What can you do differently? How can you react differently? How can you make your life more aligned with your goals and dreams? Taking responsibility doesn't mean beating yourself up for past mistakes. It means learning from them to create a better future. You can't change what's already happened, but you can decide what to do next. Take the lessons you've learned and use them as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. The law of connection. Every choice you make, every step you take matters, whether it's deciding to get out of bed early, eat healthier, call an old friend, or even take a different route to work. It all counts. These choices may seem small, but when added up, they shape who you are and where you're going. Here's the empowering part: since all steps are connected, every moment presents an opportunity to steer your life in the direction you want it to go. If you're not happy with how things are, remember that the next moment is a new opportunity to make a different choice. Got a habit you want to kickstart now? Got a skill you want to learn? Take the first step today. It's easy to look at someone successful and think they got there overnight, but success is rarely, if ever, instantaneous. Behind every overnight success are years of hard work, choices, and steps that all connected to create a path to that success. Your path might look different, and that's okay. The important thing is that you're moving forward one connected step at a time. Never underestimate the power of small actions. A kind word can uplift someone's day. A simple smile can spark a friendship. An apology can mend a relationship. In the same way, every positive step you take today is shaping a better tomorrow. Start connecting the dots, and before you know it, you'll be living the life you've always dreamed of. Keep believing, keep striving, and keep connecting. The LW of focus life is filled with distractions, big and small. There's the constant buzz of social media, the demands of work, and the needs of family and friends. And then there's you trying to keep all the balls in the air. But the law of focus reminds us you can't give your all to something if your attention is divided. Why is focus so crucial? Because when you focus, you pour all your energy into one thing. And that's when the magic happens. You dig deeper, you work harder, and you achieve more. If your dream is to become a musician, for example, then you need to spend your time practicing, studying music, and networking in the industry. You can't do that if half your time goes into watching TV or mindlessly scrolling through your phone. The power of focus also applies to your emotions and mindset. Imagine if you could channel all the energy you spend on worrying, doubting, or fearing into something constructive, like learning a new skill, improving your health, or building better relationships. How much more could you achieve? How much happier would you be? Here's the thing: focusing on the positive not only elevates your mood, but also brings you closer to your goals. If you're stuck in a bad situation, it's easy to wallow in self-pity. But what if you flip the script? What if you asked, what can I learn from this? Or how can I make the most of this situation? By focusing on the silver lining, you turn obstacles into opportunities. The beautiful part about focus is that it's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small, pick one task, one goal, or one positive thought, and give it your undivided attention. As you practice, you'll find it easier to filter out distractions and zero in on what truly matters. Remember, where your focus goes, your energy flows, and where your energy flows, that's where transformation happens. The lore of focus is your invitation to tap into this incredible power, the law of giving and hospitality. You know, that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you help someone, whether it's giving your time a smile or maybe some change to someone who needs it. That's the universe telling you you're on the right track. The beauty of giving isn't just in the act itself, but also in how it reflects who you are deep inside the way you interact with the world around you. Especially when you think no one is watching, says a lot about your character. Real growth isn't about how much you accumulate, it's about how much you give away. True richness is having something that money can't buy. A heart that wants to give you might think that you can't afford to give, but giving isn't just about money or material things. It's also about sharing your time, your wisdom, and even your attention. A listening ear, a word of encouragement, a simple act of kindness. These cost nothing, yet they could mean everything to someone. You've heard it said that you receive by giving it. May sound contradictory, but it's one of life's most beautiful truths. When you give selflessly, you're not emptying yourself. You're filling your life with joy, peace, and a sense of purpose. This law teaches us that giving is also a sign of maturity. Mature people understand that life isn't a solo journey. We're all connected, and when you help lift someone else's burdens, you rise a little higher yourself. But here's the thing. Genuine giving doesn't come with strings attached. It doesn't keep a scorecard. It comes from a place of love and kindness, with no expectation of getting something in return. That's why this law is linked to hospitality. Being hospitable means making others feel welcome, valued, and respected. Whether it's opening your home or simply opening your heart, hospitality is about sharing what you have, however much or little that may be. When you live by the law of giving and hospitality, you make the world a better place, one act of kindness at a time. And as you continue to give, you'll notice something amazing happening. You'll start to attract positivity and abundance into your life. You'll discover opportunities you never imagined and form connections that enrich your life in immeasurable ways. So the next time you find yourself hesitating to give, whether it's a compliment, a helping hand, or a slice of your precious time, remember this law. Remind yourself that to give is to grow. Stretch out your hand and make the world a better place. Because when you light up someone else's life, your own life brightens in ways you never thought possible. Every act of selflessness sends ripples across the universe, ripples that come back to you in waves of blessings. So go ahead, give freely, and open your heart to the world. You'll be amazed at what comes back. You're just one act of kindness away from a better life and a better world. Give it a try, the law of presence. Life is a balancing act, isn't it? We've all heard phrases like learn from the past and plan for the future. These sayings have merit, but sometimes they can distract us from the most valuable time we have, the present moment. Think about it right now is the only time you have any control over. You can't change what's already happened, and the future is not guaranteed, but what you do at this moment, that's all you, friend. Why is the present so powerful? Because it's the stage where your life actually unfolds. You can have the grandest dreams in the world, but if you're not doing anything about them right now, they'll remain just that, dreams. Similarly, you could be lugging around mistakes from the past, but if you're not taking steps to correct or learn from them today, you're essentially allowing yesterday to cloud your today, and tomorrow. Being present doesn't mean ignoring the past or the future. Instead, think of it as using them as tools to enrich your now. Your past is a treasure trove of lessons, a library where you can revisit old chapters to gain new insights. Go ahead and flip through it, but don't stay there. Take what you need and bring it back to the present. Your future, it's your North Star, that shining beacon guiding you through the darkness. Without a vision for your future, you're like a ship without a compass drifting aimlessly through the sea. Dream big, plan thoroughly, but don't get lost in tomorrow. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do today to get one step closer to my dream, to make the most of the law